In this video, we'll be running an independent samples t-test to compare the run-1 distance of females versus males. The first thing we'll do is we'll go to Analyze, Compare Means, Independent Samples t-test. We'll move our continuous variable of interest into the test variables box. We'll then move our grouping variable into our grouping variable box. Now we need to tell SPSS what constitutes group 1 and what constitutes group 2. So we'll do this by selecting Define Groups. And we'll enter the values that we used for assigning our groups. So if you remember, 0 is for females and 1 is for males. We'll click Continue and then OK. We get a number of different tables in our output. The first table we get is our group statistics table. So it is our descriptive statistics about each sample's group. So we can see that for the females, there are 15. Their mean is 3.7787 as their distance with a standard deviation of 0.76692. We can see that there are 14 males with 3.4086 as their distance, their average distance, with 0.96907 as their standard deviation. The next thing we look at is our independent samples t-test table. This will show the results of our t-test. However, the first thing we need to do is investigate whether we meet the assumption of homogeneity of variances. In order to do this, we will look at our Levene's test for the equality of variances. That test result is shown in our first two cells with our F statistic of 2.363 with a significance level or p-value of 0.136. This means that our p-value is larger than our alpha, so we fail to reject the null hypothesis and conclude that the variances of the female group is similar or the same as the variance of the male group. Because we assumed that our variances are equal, we will use the top row of our chart. You can see that the top row is for equal variances assumed, while the bottom is for equal variances not assumed. We'll then go over to the actual results of our t-test. We can see that our t-value is in this column is 1.145 with 27 degrees of freedom and a significance value of 0.262. This indicates that our p-value is greater than our alpha, so we failed to reject the null hypothesis, and we can conclude that there is no statistically significant difference in the runtime of females versus males prior to training.